We welcome Sergio Momo, the founder of Xerjoff. Your brand is a very important history.
Yes, although it's still a fairly young brand because it's coming up to the 10th year now. It was created, was founded 10 years ago in Turin, where we are still based. We have started to work with private clients, almost like a passion adventure more than a business itself. And after 10 years, we are growing in terms of expansion of the brands on an international platform. And thanks God, being quite successful. So I think the formula is winning at the moment.
You are very interested on luxury fragrances.
Indeed, that is our targets, that is our passion. We call it niche more than luxury in terms that we pursue everything which is an expression of luxury through the design.
That means also raw materials very important and special.
Raw material is important the quality, is important the respect to nature, and is also very important the distillation techniques. So understanding the distillation techniques from the past to today is extremely important for us because this is also an important tool for the creativity.
That's important, yes. And what about your collection?
Collections are 6 now, so Xerjoff ought to be seen like a portfolio of collection, where our philosophy obviously is within all our collection, but nevertheless each collection has got its own character from the history point of view, from the olfactive direction point of view. So we like to be creative. I think that the reason why we have so many collections and in the future we're going to have even more is because we are driven by passion. We want to introduce in new markets, in existing market, new ideas, new research, and this is our passion.
Can you focus more on your collection and lines?
Yes, many years ago we started by creating jewels with perfumes. So they were extremely precious and limited edition. The same kind of philosophy went on throughout other collections. So the philosophy evolves around the made in Italy, of course, and nature. So the very first collection called 1717, which is the name is actually been taken from a particular area of the Natural History Museum of London. Then we moved into Shooting Stars, which is a collection now of 12 different perfumes, which are inspired by this natural event of the shooting stars. Then, being an Italian brand, we have rediscovered an old Italian brand, which unfortunately died before the First World War, which is Casa Morati, which today is one of our most successful collection, and is an expression of style and Mediterranean olfactive approach, which is again is extremely good winning formula. Then last year we finally arrived on producing an oud collection, but in order to understand this kind of a new universe for us, at least, we actually invested in in the region where the oud is grown, following our own production, our own distillation. So our oud collection, which is called Oud Stars, is actually a collection which is produced in the regions, dedicated to the cultivation of the agar wood. And that's again is an extremely interesting. It's been an extremely interesting experience from the quality point of view, and also from the research point of view. So again, the international platform for us is extremely important, not only for the business but also for the research.
Yes, of course. And speaking about your brands, who is the designer of the bottles?
I am. We inside our company, we tend to produce everything. So from the concept to the design to the olfactive direction and the production. So obviously I'm surrounded by 20 professionals from the design point of view, production point of view, logistic and so on. But we actually doing everything within our warehouse and our offices.
And speaking about Casa Moratti, you had to work on a vintage packaging.
Indeed, we have recreated the shapes, the image, first of all, that was very important. We've done extensive research throughout museums in Italy and abroad, because Casa Moratti back at the time was a very big company, already exporting in South America and the USA, even before other maisons were doing so. So the portfolio was very extended. Unfortunately, there is very little material can be found nowadays, and we are a constant research in understanding not only the portfolio but also the olfactive direction which they were famous for.
Yes, and you presenting here for Esxence a very special fragrance.
Yes, we have a new collection which is called Join the Club. Join the Club is a collection of 10 different perfumes which are ideally connected to 10 virtual clubs. The idea is actually to recreate an ambient where people tend to get together in their own free time. So ideally a club it could be a sport, it could be a cultural event, it could be many things, but where people gather to share the same kind of opinions or passion. So for Join the Club, from the olfactive point of view, we will never talk about the ingredients, but we will talk about emotion again. So we will never say that inside this perfume you may find or this or that ingredient, but we are trying to trigger a different kind of a connection between the perfume and an ambient. So bringing back a little bit more of emotion and olfactive memories and personal memories regarding perfumes.
Join the Club is not just a perfume, but also a real link between people.
Absolutely. We have created a little bit more than that. So we have a dedicated website. There is a card which every client can find inside each box with a sequencer number. They can type it inside the website. They actually join the club, so they become a member. By becoming a member, they are able to trigger a certain kind of a link between us and themselves, so between us and the final clients. They're going to have information, they're going to have sampling. Towards the end of the year, we're going to create a perfume with our own customers. So this is interesting, kind of a new way to understand better our final customers.
It's kind of a 2.0 perfumery, social perfumery.
Kind of, absolutely, yes.
Which one will be your favorite fragrances if you have to pick up one of them?
Well, it's like asking a mother which is your personal son, yeah, or daughter. I think that if we have to go back in time, back to almost 10 years ago, obviously the first two perfume we created is the one I am more emotional close with. But every time we create something, we obviously working in an industry which is still very much connected to art, where everything we do is something we personally believe. It's not, we never create something because we think it's going to be successful in terms of numbers, but it's an expression of ourselves.
So thank you very much, Mr. Momo. We thank you, our follower, and keep on following us on Esxence.com.